It is the middle of September and I am in my vegetable garden and I'm going to give you a tour. So let me flip you around. Alright, so I'm standing in the spot where I had my potatoes. They're all harvested. I'll show you a picture of how much we got. We got a lot of potatoes. And I have a video of that too if you wanted to watch. And there's my hoop house. Over here, we harvested almost all of the beans, like the dried beans. You can kind of see the skeletons of the plants. So this area is pretty much done. This area has some green beans left, or some of them are yellow. And I'm hoping that these will get mature so I can actually save the seeds for next year, but if not, that's okay. I still have seeds to replant. And then over here I have my carrot bed. These are all carrots. And I've actually collected a lot of carrot seed. These carrots were planted last year. You can kind of see. So that's like a carrot seed. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of carrots just growing wild next year, which is exciting. Got various flowers. I used to have paths all through here, but now that's what's left of my path. I have different things for the pollinators. I have some flowers. Borage everywhere. It's kind of drying up. And then in here, I haven't harvested any of my winter squash yet, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. So that is a delicata. There's another one. There's one there. Back here I actually have some gourds. Very cool looking ones. Look at this gourd. He's all warty and very neat looking. And here's another big guy up here. But I've got some other gourds. I don't know if you can see them from here. And they're just for decoration. Alright, follow me as we climb through here. I'm going to show you inside of my greenhouse, which is very exciting. I've gotten so many batches of tomatoes so far, and I'm actually cooking sauce right now, so I can't be in here for too long. So this is inside of my hoop house. I have some gorgeous pepper plants. These are poblanos. I have other ones that didn't grow as well, but there's some peppers on them. So I have all different kinds of peppers. Peppers are doing well. These are a little, it's kind of like slightly spicy. It's a mild pepper. I added some of that to my tomato sauce today. I already picked, I think I've done 4 big canning batches with my tomatoes. I probably have about 2 years worth of sauce right now, but these are all like a Roma type tomato. These I'll probably do another picking in about 5 or 6 days. My cucumbers, you can see they're kind of finishing up. At the end of the season, they always sort of stop looking so good. Got a couple little cucumbers left though. Got some more like cherry type tomatoes that are still good, but kind of finishing up in here. I'll do a big pepper harvest, and what I usually do with the peppers is I smoke them and then dry them, and the poblanos are really good like that, but they're gorgeous. And then in this part of the garden that I'm not really able to get to anymore, this is all my pumpkins and winter squash. And I think if I go down to that door, you might be able to see some a little bit better, but from here I'll show you what I can see. So there's a big one, and if you can kind of there's one. There's actually 3 green ones. I don't know if you can see all 3. And then under this big orange guy is a green one. Can you see that? So just, there's like 6 right in this area, which is so cool. Right over here, I found this one today. There's a big one. Oh, actually there's 2. All right, I'm gonna get myself over to that door so you can see from the other angle. Actually, before I go down there, let me show you this corn. So I'm not sure what's up with this corn. It's a new variety for me, but look, these are tall. So see, I'm like 5'6", 5'7". So you see how tall those corns are? So despite being so tall, they're making these little tiny ears. And it's funny because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 on that one. So I'm not really sure what to expect, and they don't look like they're going to be that big. I don't know what variety I grew, so it'll be interesting when they're done to see what they look like, because I don't remember, but they're really tall. They're as tall as some of the sunflowers. These are teddy bear sunflowers. Aren't they so pretty? Just want to like pet them. All right, let's go to that door. So this is the door that I was talking about. So let's go through here. And you can see this used to be a path. I have to climb over these plants, and there's weeds. I have thistle in here, which happens. Thistle grows everywhere in my garden, but I have some nice kale that grew up like weeds, so I can't complain about weeds too much. But some of the leaves are starting to die back, so you can kind of see. So I've got this cool thing. That one's big. This one's huge. Got a green. I don't know if you can see that dark green there. There's a big yellow ball. I've got this funky guy right here. Look at some of these. There's one. There's another really big squash, and I can't really remember which ones I planted. I planted tons of different varieties. Some grew and some didn't. This one's beautiful. That's a beautiful color. Oh, there's one hiding here. Can you see that? It's kind of like a blue-gray. It's hard to see with all the weeds in front of it. There's probably a lot more hidden in here. I'll do a big harvest video probably near the end of the month or October, depending on frosts. All right, so let's go back out this door. This next part of the garden that I'm going to used to be a chicken pen, and it is so beautiful. Let me see if I can show you. You can tell that it has a lot of nitrogen in the soil. So let me turn you around. So just look how beautiful everything looks. So I have a lot of cool weather crops back here because this part of the garden gets, afternoon shade, which is really nice on those really hot summer days. And so back here I've got Brussels sprouts. They're not quite ready. They're not quite making the little Brussels sprouts yet, but I have a lot of beets. I don't know if you can see them. The beets always do well for me. I have broccoli I just picked. They were gorgeous. But there's some not quite ready yet. There's a little guy. This is supposed to be chicory, like the kind of chicory that has the blue flower. We collect the roots It doesn't look anything like my other chicories. I have no idea what it actually is. Back there was onions, but it's actually weedy now. So let me climb over here. Alright, so I've got some beautiful kale. Here's some more kale all along the border here. I don't know if you can see that. The sun's glaring. It's a really tall kale. Some lettuce. More beets. This is basil going to seed. Here's my celery. Got these tall plants here. That's lettuce going to seed. I end up pulling that out and feeding it to the chickens and the pigs. I still have some onions in the ground. This is a yellow globe, sweet Spanish. That's Walla Walla, and I have a purple one too. But just this little garden has given us so much food this year. And there's really no paths in it. But this is my other part of the garden. So my main garden is right on the other side of these berries, and this is pretty much done. I had cabbages in here, some broccoli, some kohlrabi, and I do have a winter squash in here too. As you can see, there's some fruit. But this garden's pretty much done. Like, I picked the cabbages, but I didn't pull them up by the roots, so they're starting to grow back. And then the broccoli's been picked and picked and picked. There's still a little bit. See a little tiny broccoli? But over on this half, I have some chickens. And I have Polly Quacker. Here she is. She's that one. And that's Blackie. He's a Muscovy. And then these are my two chickens that we hatched out one this year, and the other one was a gift, but they're gonna get introduced to my older girls. But anyway, that's it. Don't mind my hair, I haven't brushed it today. But I am going to finish this video and run in the house and go check on my tomato sauce before it burns. And I might do a video in October depending on our frost situation. But I will definitely do another video of us harvesting all of those winter squash, because that's always really fun. And thanks for watching. See ya. Oh, before I end the video, these are my peacocks. They don't have names yet. I call them skitterbugs because that's what they do. They kind of skitter around. What are you guys doing? You're so pretty. No, don't go in there. Well, now they're in my front garden.